Hi everybody, I'm the bestie ever, and with everybody else, this is a little white pill. Yeah, are we introducing ourselves today, or okay? Because I've already started.
All right. For the women people, I have a question. What are the cheesiest pickup lines you guys have heard or have been used on you guys? Like top 3.
You want like cheese. You want cheese on cheese. You want like Gouda, cheddar, cheese.
And mozzarella cheese.
Mozzarella.
Blue cheese.
That blue cheese.
They're so expensive.
Okay.
That green.
I'm trying to think about this.
That Gouda.
Sesi, ongai number.
That's not cheesy. That's just straightforward.
It's background music, bro.
No.
I can hear thinking.
What I think is.
Hey, sweetheart, baby.
They actually do
I don't
that.
attract those kind of
They
people.
do that.
I don't.
Really?
No, I don't.
They do that.
Oh.
Babe, if you walk around with me, I'm not that kind of girl. I don't. Rap. I'm telling you, I'm not that type that like whistle at me. They don't whistle at me. They don't.
I ain't got time. That's what construction work is.
My dude, it's
Racial
very
mix
quiet
versus
when I walk past.
construction.
Actually,
Racial mix.
it's great. I like that. I like it. I don't know. I can't answer that question. Sorry. I don't qualify.
When I was in Spa, a man who's standing before me, he asked if I was suicidal. And I said no, why? And he said, no, are you suicidal? And I said, no, do I look suicidal? He says, no, but I can bring joy in your life.
Oh my goodness.
I was like, top. I walked out. That was.
Damn it.
He was like,
Top notch.
that was the worst.
I can't remember.
That was the yeah.
I don't have space for that kind of stuff in my
Selective
mind.
memory, that's what's up.
But the
Like,
thing is, you have to realize as a girl, there are many guys who try and say things every day. And as a girl, you have that internal mute button, and you don't want to have that in your system.
no one has that kind of brain space.
That guy stayed with me because I look suicidal.
He has a type.
He threw me off.
That's a good one.
He's not a construction worker. He's got time.
And these days, people don't actually use pickup lines anymore.
What did they do?
People are not.
They text and then they tweet you.
Yeah.
They call you an first, and then you
An
become
oomph?
Yeah.
What's oomph?
One of my followers.
One of.
Yeah.
Oh.
You become an oomph
When they
first.
oomph you.
Yeah, and then you become like a woman crash Wednesday for a couple weeks.
When you say oomph, do they send it to you?
Hashtag
Yeah.
oomph. No, actually they don't mention you in that.
Oh,
It's
but
like,
Bahoya scam.
hey, and then they
Oh.
slide in your DMs there for a while.
What's going
You
on?
know,
Lisa?
chill for a little bit.
Stand
You
for
become a
me.
woman crush Wednesday, and depending on how that works out, you could become a woman crush every day until you break up.
Yeah, woman crush every day means he's made it. You're the girl now. Yeah.
Really?
Are you being
That's
serious
how it
though?
works now?
This is not a joke.
Can you see the look on my face? I know you guys can't see it, but he's looking at me in the eyes right now. I have food in my mouth, but I have a serious look on my face. This is serious.
I've seen the transition, but that's not how it works with me. They just they promise things and they compliment. Guys these days just compliment. Whether it's true or not, he's gonna compliment you and overwhelm you with it.
And he's
And
chamarizing.
until he wins, which doesn't work, guys.
Honestly, for me, I don't think not many guys come at me like that. Like, I don't know. I
Like
don't
how,
know.
like
do you think
the
that is?
oomph thing and.
I don't know. Maybe I've got a resting bitch face.
Because I mean, like I'm saying, I'm not the kind of girl that guys would like call from across the street and stuff. And even if a guy tries to walk with me, I'm walking and he tries to walk, I'm like, hey, in a hurry.
Still your role.
So if you're not gonna walk as fast as I am with me, then you might as well stay right where you are.
I'm like that.
That sort of thing.
Still your role.
I'm exactly like that. Like either we're walking or we're not. Like don't
I'm
waste
not
my
gonna
time.
stop and talk to
Don't come at me with nonsense either. Don't like just. Can we just be? Can something be happening?
Scenario: you're walking, and then guy walks up next to you. He like sort of says, "I can see that you're in a hurry, but can I please get your number so I can get to know you?"
No.
What?
One of the security guards on campus did that. Oh, and I was alone. I never got to share with anyone. He followed me every day from the gate until the old chancellor's building. Every day. And he says, "I can see you going to class." Yeah, you're smart, man. I can see, man. But like, can I have your number? You know, don't judge me because I'm a security guard, bro. Like, yeah, I really like you. Every day. Then he got moved.
They reach
You
out
know, they
for-
switched them up. Yeah, it's good.
They switched them up. They don't just stay this guy forever. I don't entertain that. Also, I'm not gonna stop and listen to you, whatever.
Okay, what's missing from that approach then?
I don't
He's
know
a
you.
security guard. I'm a student.
From what approach? From the
What I
one
just
that-
yeah.
Whoa.
I don't know
Can
this
you
guy
just
from
address
War
this?
Soap.
Can you address this?
Yes.
I know what you mean, but what you say.
No, I'm not saying because of how the job that he has. If a lecturer did the same, it would be the same. It would be the same thing.
Did
It's
you-
just
Probably even more creepy.
Did you know with that lecturers, if you're dating a student, you declared, like you write up a thing, you're like, "Hey Joe, we're Jolie."
Oh, it's like an official love contract, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of those.
It's
Yeah.
not the most. It's not cool. Okay?
They have them in
I must go
workplaces
join
as
the
well.
game. With me.
You never know where you're gonna find this love.
In the security box. Ow.
You don't know where
It's
you're
not
gonna find
right.
love.
Yes, but I don't agree with him and I dating. At school.
I think personally it makes me uncomfortable giving people I don't know my number. Like, why? So that we talk about what, and then what, and then where. Like,
So
why?
You need direction, like a plan. What's going on? What is this?
Plan of
Not
action.
necessarily. Like, can I just? I need to review you. I need to see you. What's going on with you? A bit of who you are. Like, I'm not trying to have some shady people in my
Like
life.
for me, it's not even a question of, that. For me, it's, I don't know you from a bar of soap. I'm not going to give you my number. You're a complete stranger. You could be, they could be those guys who will call you. Say, "Hey, oh my guy. Hey, oh my guy." And then they assume that because you walked that way on that day, you walk there every day. And chances are, for people like me, I'm a woman of routine. I walk a certain path every day. So this guy could cram my movements and then stand at that spot where he found me that other day. And then maybe around 4, because that's the time that I usually leave campus on a daily basis, he will call and say, "Hey, oh my guy, are you coming back from school? When are you going to leave? What time do your lectures end?" I don't want that to happen. I'm sorry. He's a stranger. I'm very paranoid. So
Stranger.
I can't. So he might be cute, but no.
Then how does he get to know you?
I could give you my Twitter username. We'll talk. Yeah.
Me, it's fine. You don't have to. It's alright.
Oh.
You can
Because
stay
at least
there.
there I can block you
Friends.
and then I don't have to hear from you again. As opposed to if he has my number, now it's admin. I must change my number. Or go to the police. Get a restraining order. It's just too much work. Just give him your Twitter handle. We talk. If he's weird, block. You don't have to hear from him again. Yeah.
The thing is, if the girl,
Or you could just say no.
if you're walking and the girl doesn't stop, she's already rejected you. Get the message. Move on.
And they don't. They don't get that.
On. If a girl really likes a guy, she will stop, even if she's in a rush, and she will give you her number because she doesn't want to miss an opportunity to get to know you. But if she's still walking and she's trying to tell you, yo, she's not interested.
Straight up. That's
And what is a middle-aged man, security guard, what does he have to talk about with a student? A second-year student who's not your...
Maybe he wants to discuss the trappings of the economic situation.
No, I asked him that question actually. And obviously he's going to say to get to know you. And I said, there's not much to me, I just study every day. You get to see me every day. I come in every day. That's it. So
When I stayed at the wall, there was this one security guard. So let's say I'm going to Germany. Every time he saw me was, I should join you. So one day I was just like, why do you guys do that? Like, because I wanted to know, because it hacks me. Like, you're not going to join me. You can't join me. You're at work. So why are you out here? Yeah. So he laughs and he's like, hey, I was just like, yeah. Let's just not do this.
I actually wonder what the success rate is.
In terms of?
If you think about it, no one ever just does it. Right? There's an end goal, right? So if, say, a security guard's end goal is to sleep with women, right?
It's so simple.
To sleep with students. Right? Oh, let's make this a more general case. The security guard works anywhere, and there's an influx of people going in and out of that place. Pretty much like a varsity, and their end goal is to sleep with as many of the women as possible, right? What is the success rate? Considering how many people complain about this problem everywhere, not just at university, even at workplaces. You listen to women who work, they'll tell you the security guard know at a certain age, the girls are generally harassed by the security guards, right? What is the success rate? I would like to know. How often in a year does this work for this guy that he's so persistent? And then, when you think about it, if it's not that successful, why would he persist? Maybe that's not the end game. Maybe he's just really bored.
I was about to say that.
Or maybe he's just persistent. He's that type. Never give up.
No,
Never
man,
give up.
he must go
Never
be
give up.
bored somewhere else.
If he's bored, why doesn't he talk to the guys?
Because guys are boring.
Guys are very
Guys just in security guard uniform every day. Your uniform fetish falls away.
There's this common belief that a man and a woman cannot be friends.
I've heard that.
So what is a security guard? How can I change his boredom? I was 20, a 20-year-old, and this man is probably towards his 40s. What can we possibly do to entertain him? Why doesn't he hit on the ladies that are driving in and out? Those are in his age range. They can even drive him around. I'm just gonna walk beside him every time. That is the thing. His motive is clear. The minute he approaches a little girl, because when you're 40, 20 is a little girl.
This is true.
You're approaching a little girl. What can she do for you, other than the obvious, to entertain you in your day job?
That's a good question.
Because these security guards are talking with the support staff. They talk. They're not bored. When those people get bored, they go and find whoever told me so is working at what area. Let me go to them quick, have a conversation, have a laugh, go back to where I'm working.
Okay. Speaking of success rates in terms of like macking on people, like what are your fears in terms of rejection? Like let's say you are the type of guy or girl who go up to the person of the opposite sex and actually mac. I don't know if girls do that well. Yeah. Like what would your fear of rejection be? Like your the worst case scenario. If you could play it out in your mind. What would that be?
It's probably in public, out loud. And are you trying to make an effort? And then this other boy is just unappreciative or whatever. Sure. Like, imagine jumbo screen and fill up the dome. Imagine that.
And she says,
No, not even no.
everyone is quiet.
She says no and just turns like, hey, I would do it.
Or if there's like a kissing cam sort of situation.
Bruh.
She's like,
That would be the
it's
best.
on the jumbotron.
That would be the best.
That would be painful.
I don't mind, so I can't have a bad situation.
That would
No, there's more to rejection than just macking.
No, but then also I avoid situations where I give people the option to reject me.
Yeah.
I just
Because once they have you, they have you. They can't get you.
It's like one of those things where I seldom approach people for the sake of making connections because there's a chance that you might get rejected. But if you wait, you lure people towards you. Then the rejection, you can't reject someone just because you walked up to them. You know, there's a less likelihood that you'll be rejected. Or the rejection might come later, but then you might be doing the rejecting. So the power is in your hands now. But once you approach someone, for any reason, you've taken all of that power and you put it in their hands. So, yeah, I can't fathom a worst case scenario because I don't approach people.
I approach people. I haven't, not macking, but I approach girls and tell them, your skirt is pretty, your hair is nice, but they don't always receive it well. Surprisingly, that's for me. That's even worse than a guy telling me, "Nah, dude, I'm not into you," whatever. I'd rather have that so many times than a girl. You compliment someone and all they do is, "No, what? Okay, cool," and then they give you that look like you're a creep.
Can I just say something? Those girls that think that you're lesbian for giving them a compliment, those girls piss me off. Like, that's why I sometimes don't feel the need to give out compliments unless I know you well enough to be comfortable. Because I don't want to put girls in a position for them to think that I'm a lesbian. I know I'm not supposed to care what people think, but honestly speaking...
You know what that stems from, though? There's girls who, as a guy, the slightest bit of unhostile interaction, solicited or otherwise, is interpreted as you macking. Oh my god, Chomi, he's macking on me. There's one time I'm walking through the club. I have to go to the other side. There's a dance floor. I'm walking through the dance floor. I'm not trying to dance with you. I happen to stop because it's packed. So it's a stop motion. Stop. Whereas I'm in the middle, stop, in the middle somewhere. And, I'm moving because I'm moving through the crowd. And this girl, she looks at me. We happen to be face to face in this situation. She's like, no. I'm like, I'm not macking. I'm walking through. Chill. Relax, Me holding the door for you. I'm not macking. Right? It's not every single thing is macking. Which is why when you compliment a girl, it's hard. Because now, because of the current situation in the world, where everybody's accepted for who they are, more people are expressing they are sexual. So you get that, this girl's been hit on a couple of times by a girl. Right? And now she thinks of it as if anybody who compliments her is like a guy who compliments her, who probably just is trying to mac. That's why even as a guy, you can't just compliment a girl, ever. Nah, random. Because what are they going to think? You're macking.
But you complimented awkwardly. I'm not coming and saying, "Hey, how you doing?" Create that awkward vibe now, strangers talking to me, and then say, "Your hair is nice." She'd be like, "Yo, your hair is nice." You walk away. She'll be like, "Man, that girl is so weird. She's into me."
I feel like women are like that though. We tend to be like that. We tend to be like that towards each other. Like we're just generally hating on each other, that when someone else appreciates us, it's like, okay. And I don't know why we're like that.
And men don't understand that.
Yeah.
And that's why you can look at a girl and hate her, but you don't even know her first name.
True story. You don't go from a bar, so this is the first time you've seen this girl, and you just don't like her.
Reject her at first sight. Rejection at first sight. There's this vibe that women give off. I can even look at her from a distance. She's never even crossed my path, but I will not like her because that's just how women are. But if she came to me and she said, and we had a conversation, I'd be open-minded to, prove what I have already. And there's many times where I've thought about a girl in a certain way, and she comes to me and we have a conversation, and it actually turns out to be the opposite. But at least I'm open and be like, because I don't like her, I'm not going to talk to her. That's just being close-minded and wrong. But women reject each other immediately.
For me, it's been the opposite of that. Like, I try by all means not to have like a, what's the word? Where I look at someone and I already have sort of like a
prejudice.
Yeah. I try by all means, but when I do, like sometimes when I actually get to speaking to that person, it's exactly what I thought. And I'm just like, but it's
sometimes it's true. And that's why then your guy friends who have girlfriends, and that girl gives you a bad vibe, and you tell him that girl is not there for the right reasons, and he'll be like, no, you're just hating on her, and it turns out to be that she is exactly what you thought, and You won't see it, but you will.
Same thing with brothers' girlfriends. Can't trust these people. Cannot trust these people.
Girls know girls.
This science of women.
Guys' general approach is, I don't know you. Let me find out what you're about, and I'll decide. Women are like, I don't like you. Let me find out what you're about, and then maybe I'm gonna change my mind. So we're more neutral, and you guys are more.
Some women.
Most.
Some women, I don't like you, I don't even want to go to you. Yeah. Because I don't like it. I have a lot of girls that think like that about me. It's weird enough. Because I'm not an attention seeker, I'm not running around on campus half naked. I'm not your most, okay, other than height, I'm not your most obvious person in the room. But I do get girls that will speak. Never met them. They will speak, they'll even create a story about you. And you hear it from someone else that knows you because word spreads. And he said, I didn't know you were like this. I'm like, what? Like, bossy. I'm like, I'm bossy. Where did you get that from? From so and so. I don't even know.
Next time this person knows you, bro.
I don't even. How did she know that I'm bossy? Why do you believe it when you know me and she doesn't? Girls will create. She will never say, let me go and find out if Kiss is really bossy. She'll just be like, Kiss is bossy because she feels comfortable degrading me because she doesn't like me just by looking at me. That's women.
That's really bad.
The whole Down syndrome thing is like a topic on its own. Like you could have like a whole episode on that.
If rejection is just between women even,
Like it's great.
it's sad.
I don't know, or maybe it's because I just don't really pay much attention, or like I just never really. I just mind my own. I'm just in my own world, really. Like I think that's just me. So when women don't like me, I'm cool with that. Like anybody got time. Like I'm grown. I'm too grown. So as a result, I never really see. If I just get a vibe from you, then I just it's fine. And I find that I've got a whole lot of guy friends. So most of the time their girlfriends don't really like me because like I'm that girl. What were you doing today? Oh no, I was with Tapang and we were 1, 2, 3. And if that happens quite a lot, then it's like So but like what I find is when they start getting to know me, then they just like
Nothing to worry about.
But I don't.
The thing is, it's not that I entertain it, but you do get people that come to you. That's where it annoys me. Because I tell them, someone is talking about you out here. You don't know who it is, but there's always someone talking about you. I don't care about the vibe. It's human nature to talk about another person. Shut. Now, when you get people that constantly come to you, is it true? Is it true? Is it true? Did you? Yeah. In my first year, I was on tax confession 5 times.
Get out.
5 times in my first year. In your first year, no one even knows who you are. In my first year, I was told, did you see what? Tax confession. I didn't even know tax confessions existed. They were like, nah, your name was there. I went there, it was there. Another time, did you see? Did you see? Did you see? I used to like the page and just like wait now for my name to pick up. Like, I like the page. I'm like, I don't need this in my life. But when people constantly come to you and remind you, did you see? Did you see? Did you see? I was just like, something is wrong. And that's why then I was underground. I stopped walking through student center. I would walk around. I wouldn't sit at the student center or in the other. I would always sit in the library, eat in the library, and leave after 8.
But that's the stuff I don't like. Now you have to arrange your life around.
But I'm not that.
Earlier, when you said you're not like the other girls and stuff, right? And that stems from the fact that when you're different from the masses will not accept you. So a lot of people won't accept you because when you're different, it's why are you different? So you think you're better than us because you're different, and it's not even that most of the time. And then people will tend to reject you. I think women feel this a bit more because women feel almost everything a bit more. They're more receptive of emotional cues, emotional social cues. which is why you're better at the social thing than men. Whereas a guy could be experiencing the exact same thing as you. People are talking about it, but because it doesn't translate on an emotional level. There's two questions. There's a question you ask yourself, and two answers. Is it benefiting what I want? Is it not benefiting what I want? If it is, then it's not a problem. If it isn't, then he will try to fix it. But emotionally, it doesn't register like it does with girls. So it does happen to everyone. But the minute you're not the same as everybody else, you do get that unwanted attention, that negative attention. Like, why aren't you like us? Change to be like us. That's the first step. And when you refuse to change to be like them, then it's now you must go because you're different. You must eliminate what's different.
And it all stemmed from the fact that I mostly hang out with guys. The only girls I hung out with were girls from high school. So the girls had a problem with hearing that Nikita, every guy, okay, not every guy, but most guys know about Nikita. What is up with this girl? And she's a first year. It drove them insane. And I don't like, not that I don't like girls, but I don't like girls that have that emotional stuff. So and most guys didn't like the fact that I'm not like that. So then that's why they kept coming. And they'll always go on. You're not like Nikita. Nikita's like this, Nikita's like that. That would piss them off.
It pisses every girl off. The minute a dude will tell you, you're not like this other one, this other, or like you and this one are different because she is X, Y, Z. That makes her mad. If he were to say differently, like you and
whoever are not. To say that.
No, listen.
There isn't to say for you to say that.
Listen. Can I finish?
Let her finish.
I refuse. Okay, finish.
No, let her.
I'm gonna kick you out. I'm gonna kick your ass out. You're suspended for 3 weeks. Thanks. So I was saying. You see, I'm being emotionally involved now. I'm being a typical girl. Look, he could have said, you and whoever are different. You see, you are like this and this and this and this. She'd be more receptive to what he's hearing. Then it would be like, oh, okay, yeah, then that makes us different. She wouldn't have a problem with what he's saying. If he said, you and her are different because she is like this and this and this and this. Even if he said bad things about her and a couple of good things as well, it would kind of plant a question or seed in her mind that no, this guy is seeing her some type of way. Then there's a possibility that you become a threat, and then that's why they get angry.
The worst thing happened. There was this guy who was very persistent. He persuaded me until he graduated. He told his girlfriend in front of me, I can't wait to break up with you.
How?
So that I can date Nikita.
Damn it!
I think that's his fault. It's
And
not your fault.
wait, no, listen. We're sitting in the library. He's sitting here. His girlfriend comes. She's standing over my shoulder, and because now she's standing between us. And he said, I don't want to mention it, but he said, girl, this is the girl I told you I can't wait to break up with you for.
Damn it!
And I said, you can't say that.
I feel like that's kind of emotional.
Number one,
Okay.
you can't say that to your girlfriend. Whether you like her or you don't say that to a human being. Number two, you're putting my life in danger now. Now you're putting my life in danger because now she knows who I am and she has friends, by the way. And now you're disrespecting me by just coming up with that in front of her. It's going to look like it's an agreement between us. And I told him right there in front of her, and I said, it's not true. I would never date you because if you treat her like this, you treat me like this, and I can't be treated like this. You have to apologize to her because I have nothing to do with this. And the relationship didn't end well, but he stayed. And later on, the girl told me that he used to say bad things about his exes so that she would hate him. And then she would say things like this so that I would feel empowered. And then once he dumps her, he would tell me things about her that I couldn't believe because she looked like such a sweet girl. And he would tell me, this girl's like this girl's like that. So that I would hate her and never find out the truth about him.
This guy doesn't have peace with himself.
Yes.
For real.
He lied. He went to all lengths of lying to get with me. And I found out all through his exes.
He's a horrible human being. I apologize for being judgmental.
I don't want to digress, but it got really bad. She got raped. He lied about it. He said she went and got some from her ex. Sold it to the whole campus. And I told him multiple times, you don't do this to a human being. She came to me crying and she said, I know what he said, but let me tell you the truth. She didn't have to do that. He was creating hatred for her to save his name, so that the whole campus rejects her and never finds out about him.
It's actually, it reminds this like whole thing. It reminds me of this thing that was trending this week on Twitter.
Oh, that.
This guy, let me not mention his name, but there's this guy who was kind of put on the spotlight. You know how people just become famous overnight on Twitter and whatever. This guy was put on the spotlight by some other girl. She had tweeted the company that he works for to ask on their policies in terms of domestic violence, with their employees and stuff. And then that's when they tweeted back to say, no, we take these things very seriously. If you have evidence, please email us with details and blah, 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 blah. And basically the story goes, this girl mentioned that this guy that I'm talking about abuses or physically abuses his girlfriend. Bear in mind that this is someone on the outside now. I'm not sure if she's friends with the girlfriend or whatever, but this is somebody on the outside reporting this sort of abuse. And then, only then did the girlfriend come forward and say, yeah, no, this guy, he abuses me. Apparently on her birthday, he beat her and kicked her and whatever. He made her cut her friends off. She couldn't really see family that often as well and things like that. And he'd just basically be a complete asshole towards them. And normally in situations like this, you'd expect Twitter to be on her side, or people in general to be on her side. But there were camps now, like people were saying, okay, yes, domestic violence is wrong. It's unacceptable. No matter whether she provoked you or whatever, it's just unacceptable, first of all. Second of all, there were these people who were saying, okay, we understand that what you did was wrong, but you didn't have to go to the company to the extent of telling the people he works for that he did this, because now what's going to happen is, because he's working for this particular company, which is one of the biggest of its kind in the country, he may not be able to find employment anywhere else after this. Should he be fired from this job, he may not find employment, which means he kind of spends time in school for nothing up to this point. And some people are saying no, but he did that to himself, or he should have thought about that before. But then others are saying no, but try to see the bigger picture here. You are basically putting a man out of a job. You're not fixing the problem, And then there were others who questioned the girlfriend now. They're like, wait, so you were with this guy for this long, he's been doing this, why didn't you leave? All of a sudden when your friend or whoever puts this thing out there, all of a sudden now you've got a voice, now you want to talk, only now you want to talk. And then there were ex-girlfriends as well that came out of the shadows and started saying things about this guy. So yeah, I thought maybe we could have people's opinions on this one. I don't know.
Terrible people out there.
I don't agree with the friend. She could have gone to the company and said, hello, what's your opinion on this thing? But now this poor guy, he might be an angry man now and beat up more women because he's frustrated because he's not doing what he wants to. He just needs to survive. Well, he won't be happy with himself and whatever. So now she's perpetuating the problem instead of thinking it, stopping it.
I think she's smart.
Friend.
Yes. Hit him in the balls where it hurts. The same way what he's been. When you start beating a woman old enough, when you start beating an adult, period, you're dehumanizing this human being. And when it's a woman, when you know that she is incapable of fighting back, that's even worse. So if she's gonna go and do the very same thing to you, she's gonna hit you but not physically. She's gonna perpetuate hurts. And if it means blocking him for the rest of his life, sure. Because he could have killed her and ended her life. And then everything she's worked for is not going to happen. She's probably incapable of doing anything for herself because of what that does to her psychologically. But he's chilling at work, making his money. She's not able to because he probably says don't leave the house.
For a while, she couldn't go out because she was bruised and such, and he would just be like, I'm the last person you're ever going to have in your life. I am the peak of your mountain at this point.
And stuff like that scars you emotionally,
Yes.
emotional and mentally. Like, there are things that you can't do anymore because of that. Like, you can't. I remember when I got robbed a couple of times, I couldn't have a person look at me for too long. It sort of set me off into a panic. I couldn't. You know, so it's stuff like that. Now she can't live her life abundantly or to the fullest or like a normal person because she's scarred.
Sure. And
Of
so
course, healing can happen, but it takes a really, really long
The
time.
damage-
Some sort of aphid.
the damage from domestic violence is far worse than him being blocked from employment in South Africa. He can leave the country.
I feel like putting him on the spotlight like that. You could look at it in two ways. Girls would see this guy and be like, okay, I know to stay away from this guy because you can't keep this to himself. At the same time, you're not fixing the problem. The problem is that he thinks women. Blasting him on Twitter is only going to make him popular for a day. It's going to make him mad. He knows where this girl lives. He could kill her. For all you know. He could kill her. You guys won't know. I get because she's just going to disappear on Twitter. They won't see her tweets anymore. Her friends will probably be like, how shame our friend. You know, she was kidnapped and killed, whatever. But that's how the story might end. You're not fixing the problem. Putting him on blast like this. And I think also, to some degree, I side with these guys who were talking about, you know, making him an unemployed man. Again, he's an unemployed man. Unemployment frustrates everybody. For this man to sit at home, the next relationship he could be in, with the fact that he's unemployed and maybe his girlfriend, yeah, she's got things going on with her life, it could frustrate him that he no longer has a job. And this could further intensify the issue. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I'm half and half with this.
My point about this whole thing is if everybody thought about it from the perspective of the fact that South Africa has institutions, when a domestic abuse occurs, you're supposed to call the police. A case is supposed to be opened and it's supposed to be heard in a court of law. Once he's found guilty, he has a criminal record. Knowing the company he works for, he's not going to be employed anymore. Regardless of whether he was on blast on Twitter, whether other companies will know, everybody will know this man has a criminal record, he's been accused of this, and this is the state of his life. So he would be pretty much in a similar position that he is now. He can't get employed in that kind of work, and in many other kinds of work, in fact, right? And that's just his life. He's got the criminal record, he probably serves some time in jail, and we go on from that point. But in this country, where most people don't even go report such crimes, how many rapes, abuses, physical, emotional, in South Africa, you go tell the police, I'm being emotionally abused, you will get laughed out of that place, you know, and how many of those aren't being reported? And of the ones that are being reported, how many convictions are we getting? You know, how much evidence is there? How much corruption is there that is preventing the proper due process of taking place? If we have better institutions, this doesn't have to happen. This woman feels confident enough to go to the police and say, hey, police, this is going on. And the police are competent enough to do the thing that they're supposed to do. But now, she doesn't want to go to the police because what? It's going to make things worse. If the only solution that exists to a problem ends up being the thing that makes it worse, then we don't have a solution. Then if you're afraid to go to the police to report a crime because it's going to make things worse, that means that in this country that you live in, that thing that is happening to you is not a crime. It is decriminalized. It's normal. You know,
It's frowned upon.
maybe it's just frowned upon. You know, you shouldn't do it. But if you do, you're not going to do anything to it. So what do we say? You know, and people are saying, no, this man is now out of a job. There's consequences to action in life. You know, we can't say, okay, he's out of a job. What you did is worse than what he did to you. So now we're going to take his side. No, it's not about taking sides. Someone was wronged. Terrible. It's pathetic to people. It's wrong. And someone else is wrong now because they didn't feel confidence in taking the right action. You know, and there'll be consequences for them. There's consequences for these guys.
I understand what everybody's saying, but that doesn't change which side I'm on.
know. I feel like these sort of things as a woman, bruh. Maybe it's easy for me to say this because I'm on the outside. I've never actually experienced physical abuse to that degree. But dude, if somebody smacks you like this, at some point you need to tell somebody. You need to go to the police and get this matter sorted out. Keeping quiet is not, and keeping quiet and hoping that this person will change. It never happens. It never happens that a person will all of a sudden one day repent and say, look, I'm not going to hit you again. It's a mind thing. This person needs to go through a process of healing. This person needs to fix themselves emotionally before we can get to the point where this person can truly say, I will no longer do it again because I know that we're not going to.
But don't you think the reason why I should put it out in the open is because most of us don't actually believe in the justice system that we have going, and most of the time we feel like if we take matters into our own hands, it's better. So she feels like she puts it out there, people will actually start beating against this guy, not physically, but it will affect him somehow. And I have my mom's friend who was domestically abused by her husband, and she tried to escape multiple times, and at some point we had to accommodate her while she was hiding, because our house was the last place we checked. Once she escapes, she doesn't want to open a case because a case means she's going to have to sit with him. A case means she'll have to drag this thing along, and she doesn't want to do that. They don't want to do that. Once they find an escape shop, let it be, can you just live and I live? They just want to be left alone when they finally do make it out. The others, for example, the ones that are married, I don't know about boyfriend, girlfriends, but when they marry, most women they take their vows very seriously, and they do love this man. So even though he's trying to kill me, I do love him, and I do want him to still live and have a good life. So, but all I want is to be left alone, and my children, but I want to be left alone. And that man doesn't want that, because he wants them.
That's not love, Abby. Come on.
Here's a
That's
question.
not love.
Nah. If you are in an argument with your husband and you hit him, what do you do if he hits you back?
Hits me back how?
The same
if I
way you
slap
hit
him,
he slaps
and
you
he
back.
slaps me.
Why is he slapping you? Because you have a reason for slapping.
There might be.
He's reacting to being slapped.
Am I bleeding?
No.
I don't know.
He's a man. I mean, he's stronger. It would hurt more, right?
Well, you're not
I would
bleeding.
perceive it as
You're not bleeding. It just really hurts. You see the bruises on your face.
Did I give him a mark as well?
A little bit.
If you're a fighter, sure.
There are people who react fast to violence. Like, he slapped me, I'm
Like a
slap you
rebate.
back. It's just like, oh, I'm like, I'm sorry. There are people who react like that. I don't know. I mean, yeah, if you're gonna get physical, expect it back, I guess. Give what you can say. Because I don't like women who also say, because I'm a woman, I can beat him.
Because I'm a woman, I can be late.
Yeah.
That's wrong. When you're saying I can beat him, or I can provoke him, because he mustn't hit me, wrong. And that's why Rihanna was wrong.
It's because we've always told our rights, but not our responsibilities.
I was never for her in that case. I know she was beat. I'm a girl, she's a girl, but she provoked a short-tempered man. What do you expect?
Yeah, you know your partner, right? You know
What?
Nah.
And like women tend to do that. I don't get why women do that. Like,
Chill. No, you don't hit a woman. You don't hit a woman.
I'm sorry.
No,
I disagree.
You don't hit a woman.
Short-tempered man.
Look.
It's not okay here.
Shake her. You don't hit her.
Short-tempered
You
man.
don't hit her.
Look,
You don't lay your hands on a woman.
I agree with you, Zaki, dude. Like, it's
Yes.
unacceptable, right? It's unacceptable. If it's a situation where if it's a situation where I smacked him first and then he smacks me, to some degree I would say that I expected it, but I know my partner. If he's that kind of person, then I know. Would I take it sitting down? Probably not.
If he isn't that kind of person, though, if he's a
That
very
nigga's
patient
going to
person,
court tomorrow,
wait, if he's a
right?
very patient person and then you slap him,
He's
and
going
then
to
he said,
court tomorrow. I promise you. He's going to court tomorrow.
so what you did pushed him to the point where he acted out of character, and he's still going to court. It's still his fault.
Yes.
It's still
not
his fault.
his fault, but he's going to court tomorrow.
Because he's wrong and you aren't.
He smacked me.
Bruh.
It's against the law. He smacked me.
You smacked him too.
Let me tell you something, right? We are adults, right? This whole thing of, no, it's in his nature to throw a tantrum every time he doesn't get his way. If you don't get the raise you want in the office and you throw a temper tantrum, ain't nobody gonna say it's in your nature. There's things you do, there's things you don't do. Don't hit a woman.
I
Doesn't
disagree.
matter.
I disagree.
Don't hit a woman. You do it, you suffer the consequences. That's it.
Bro,
There's
a
consequences.
short-tempered man is not the same as a normal guy who just beats. The thing about people like that is that you don't understand. It's a psychological. It's like a disease, syndrome of some sort.
Hey, if you have anger management issues, which is what you're
That's
describing,
why. Do you realize
right?
that
Then you do it, we take you to jail, we
The
realize you have
reason
an
why
issue, and
there
then we
is anger
therapize you.
management is because there is a problem that cannot be controlled. Anger, short-tempered people like Chris Brown, who even beats his mom. He has
His mom?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
It came out that he beats his mom.
Oh.
Apparently.
Because his father used to beat his mom.
He's like, carry the family torch.
But apparently when he's angry, it's like something else is taking over.
Then this man needs therapy.
He needs help. That's what I was saying.
He needs help, but you need to realize that there's a problem before you go and seek help.
That's what I was saying though. That's what I've been saying. These guys need help. We're not fixing the problem
He says-
by letting it slide
Right,
and
he
be like,
says-
oh, okay, well, it happened, I'm gonna run away. It doesn't help. That you're gonna move out of the house, that you're gonna pack your stuff and say, I wanna be left alone. You're not fixing the problem.
It's not that easy.
But can I just say, right?
No.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you say first.
What I agree with you, but I think we also need to consider women as well. They're women that just like to provoke their men.
Okay.
And then beat me. It's there. We need to consider that as well, and where we stand on that.
Okay.
And this whole situation, what you were talking about, that it's not that easy for them to just. It's women have this. I think we need to remember that we're different from men. Okay, like when we love, it's. I think logic sort of leaves us.
Logic leaves us
Like
all now.
it leaves us, and we're just in this situation where you love this guy and well, he beats you, but now somehow you think he'll change. I don't know how it works. I really don't know how it works. And you can see that it's not logical. Like, it's not logical to think like that. But we do anyway.
I was in an abusive relationship, but it was not physical, it was emotional. But I stayed for so long because I kept telling myself, "Yeah, but at least you love this guy, you love him so much. Like, why are you offering him love like this? Let me just give it time. And time goes. You don't realize you're still in that same conversation. Maybe he's just upset. Maybe he's just got. Let me give him time. He's not used to someone being as nice. But you realize after a while, oh, this guy is actually like this. Okay, oh, you can't even with this guy. He's like this. And when I said to him, I'm done. And when I say I'm done. But I have to think about it. It takes some time. But when I say I'm done, it means I'm done. And he came back and he was persisting. He says, no, I realize now this and that. And the funny thing is, while he's trying to get me back, he's still that guy. He's still that guy. And I said, this is a problem. He doesn't realize he has a problem.
Yeah.
But it's a serious problem. This guy is not here. He's not here. Because to him, he's right. You're wrong. You're wrong for getting emotional because you say such and such.
No, I
You're
mean,
wrong for leaving as well.
It's like if you have a kleptomaniac. A kleptomaniac is compulsed to steal, right? When you catch them stealing, are you going to say, no, it's a kleptomaniac, let him go? If you have a psychopath, he likes to kill people. He can't help it. It's not him. It's in his brain. Something's wrong. Do you say, oh, you murdered another one, ha ha ha, psycho, and then you let him go? No. If someone is short-tempered, they commit a crime under their rage, you get them the help they need. You arrest them. You put them in the proper facility because they can't control themselves. Therefore, they shouldn't be in society.
But dude, that is exactly what I was saying.
And you were not denying that.
Yeah. Yeah,
We're
we're agreeing
not.
with that.
We're on that side, but we're saying, you know this person is crazy. Why provoke? And then when you get it, you're gonna act, oh my god, I didn't know he would do this. For real? You know this guy is sick and you're gonna provoke him and he's gonna act because that's how he's wired. And then when he does, you have a problem.
Well,
Are
then
you serious?
Are you serious? I think that one is very controversial because now you can't say, look, you can't say she provoked him, so she deserved it. At the same time,
I didn't
no,
say she
listen.
deserved
Okay,
it.
well, not that she deserved it. She
got it.
provoked
She
him.
shouldn't be.
So hey, she shouldn't be surprised.
I didn't.
Simultaneously, you know your person, right? If you know that there's certain buttons that, like, should you push them, he's gonna go over the edge. Don't be an idiot and try to push this
But
person
you're
over
saying
the
what
edge.
I'm saying.
No. Like, what you're saying is that they do this and then they get surprised.
No.
Does that justify what they
No,
do?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the exact point that you just made now. You know that if you press this button, explosion. But you're gonna go press it, it explodes, and you're gonna act surprised. That
That's
it
what
explodes.
I'm saying.
What we're not
But
saying
that's
that
what I'm
because you're
saying.
surprised
We're the same.
or because you did it, then action shouldn't take place. We're just saying that why are you surprised?
I'm
Okay.
not-
Why
I'm not saying
didn't
concept-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not saying don't put the guy in jail. No. He needs to be punished for what he did because at the same time, even if you're crazy, you do have some level of sanity. You do. I'm not saying it must go unpunishable. No. I'm saying you, as the person who pressed the button and it exploded, don't be surprised that it exploded. You went there, sane, went there, pressed the button that isn't safe, boom, you surprised.
Okay. No, that's fine. You're right. Let's just leave it there.
That's your man. But I like her music.
You like his music?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.